Hi, I'm Marna. This is the Dolls Rescue Channel, and I'm very excited to bring you this collab video today that I am doing with Karen at Starch and Stitches. I can't say enough nice things about Karen, and one of the nice things is she invited me to participate in this collab. So Karen sent me, these are the items we made. We each made all of these. I made a couple extra, including this skirt and the you'll see it in a little bit. And each of these patterns, these were very intricate, not so easy to make patterns. They were really fun, and I actually learned some stuff. Each one, I did 3 different, what do they call it in Spanish? I can't, the chemises. I made 3 different ones of those. I did want to point out that Darren had made these. I showed these again in the video, but I did not get those painted. I've had so much going on. And I bought the box. I don't know if you've seen Josefina's items or not, but she has a little wooden box. A few of the historic American girls have a little box. I'm going to get another one. I think it's for Felicia. So without further ado, I did want to point out that at this point, my outfit that went with this is missing. And I don't know what I did with it. Also the shawl, and I made the shawl out of this beautiful fabric that has gold going through it. And then I had gold fringe on it. Really pretty, like flapper fringe that you see on Josefina's clothing. But I set it somewhere and I don't know where, and in it was one of these little purses. I made this, I made my own pattern for it, and I just put slits on the back so that it slid on like they would have worn. I could not find fringe for this belt, so I took embroidery thread and sewed it on the best I could with a brand new machine. So thank you for watching, and stay with us. I really worked hard on this collab. I hope you enjoy this video, and please, when you finish watching, if you haven't seen Karen's already, go see her. She is really a seamstress. Beautiful things. These are photos of the original American Girl outfits that I wanted to show in comparison to what I had made. Here's Josefina in her little birthday outfit, and you can see, let me pull this off, that I didn't have any, fringe to put on here, but I do plan to buy some. The weather got really bad, and we're 40 minutes from a Joann's, and so this is just plain right now, but I'm proud of it.
We're further than 40 minutes from a Joann's.
Not Joann's. Hobby Lobby. I need to get some fringe for that. But there's her little shawl. And here, I want to show you what Darren had printed. Aren't these cute? I got to paint them yet. She had 2 plates and a pitcher. And I want to get these painted with the flowers and such. I don't know how well I'll do, but I'd like to try it. I used to do ceramics. I didn't do awful. Darren also printed this adorable candlestick. I want to find some actual candles that fit down in there. I was thinking birthday candle, but I think they're quite a bit smaller than that. But how cute is that, and her holding it? She's here with her little goat. Of course, you cannot find the fabrics that you need to do exact. So I just went with this turquoise. I did get the lime green in there. And I had an orange ribbon, which I was very happy about. This is actually a camisole under the, let me show you, it's not a shirt. She wore camisoles, and that comes down just past her knees. I made these little suede shoes for her, and I think they turned out pretty good. I used a porcelain doll pattern is what I used for that. So I'm pleased with this outfit. Now let me get set up and show you some more outfits and go get my original Josefina down. I bought this girl because after I'd like to display her in one of these outfits. And I'm going to take a vote at the end. Which outfit do you think she should be displayed in? Let me show you this again real quick because I am quite proud of it. Her little, I sewed those little flowers on by hand. This is another photo of the original American Girl doll costume, and I wanted you to see it next to my own creation. If you're familiar with Josefina, you know that not only did she have a lot of stuff, oh, and I want it all because it is so cool. She also had a lot of outfits with variations to those outfits. I found this fabric when I was shopping for other fabrics for her at Hobby Lobby. And now this didn't go with the outfits that Karen and I had the patterns for, although I did use their pattern. It was just an extra one I made. I also made this little journal close to what they have. I made a slit for the little knot to go through, and it's still tight, leather stretches, and there we go, finally. And I thought I'd write some stuff in, like this collab date and stuff, but I sewed that down on my sewing machine for her little journal. When you're sewing leather or pleather or foam, you never, when you do your lock stitch, you never go back and forth exactly on the same. All you're doing is perforating it and it'll tear right off. You'll notice I came in, went up at an angle, and came back down at another angle and did the same at this end. Behind the scenes. This is my original Josefina, who was up. As you can see, she's one of my riders. I have a little setup of American Girl dolls on Patat horses. She rides a gray, and let me tell you, look at her sleeve. His name should be Dusty. This is another photo of the original American Girl doll costume, and I wanted you to see it next to my own creation. Of all the outfits we made, this might be my favorite. I think I got this fabric from eBay, from a seller on eBay, but I might have bought this at Hobby Lobby. I started gathering fabrics early on. I want to show you this pattern. This was very fiddly to make. It doesn't look as complicated as it actually is. Why they gave her darts, I don't know, but she has darts. The sleeve, it is gathered both at the shoulder and armband, where you put, I don't know.
Sleeve? I don't know.
The sleeve is gathered in two places, at the shoulder and here, and then this part of the sleeve fits tightly over her hand, so you really have to be careful with the seam you put in, your seam allowance. And I wanted to show you that the bodice is in three pieces for the bodice, and then the sleeve has two pieces. But this has an inset in it. Let me lift her arm a little bit. Well, I don't think you can see it. Well, anyway, it has an inset. This dress does not look like it, but it really was a lot of work. And then I am so blessed that Darren has a 3D printer and makes his own patterns. This one you did not, is that correct?
Correct, that was just straight off a Thingiverse
Yeah.
you found.
I had her holding that a minute ago. She's taken this for Christmas Eve service where they're going to hand out candles, and she thought she'd take a candlestick holder not to get burned. But Darren also, what is this called?
Mantella?
Mantella, but what is this piece called?
I don't remember.
The comb for the mantella, we'll say.
Yeah, Mantella comb.
And Darren printed these I left her lace a little higher than it probably should be to show it off, because I'm really proud that Darren was able to make this 3D printed. And he made his own pattern, which, you know, he doesn't just go over there and press some buttons and poof, in 10 minutes it's ready. This is a long process. And he tried to get the angles just right and everything from looking at pictures on eBay of the different angles they had of this. And this is how it comes out. It actually has a whole piece that's on here for stabilization. These circles need to be stabilized as you print them, as well as the comb area. So he took all this out and filed it down for both Karen and I, and pulled all this apart. I had him do extra so I could show it. And this is what it looks like when when you use it for your doll. But this is the work. He has hours into just the schematics of this piece here. He also, and I love this, let me see if I can get it in her hand, printed a little fan. Let me put my hand behind it so you could see it. It doesn't open and close, but gosh, is that cute. Let me show you with a rubber band. I just took a rubber band and put that around her hand and set that fan down inside of it, because in church in Mexico, it could get hot. And in her day, you know, I don't remember the year, but in her day, they didn't have air conditioning. So this is the back, and I didn't have the exact flower. Actually, somewhere I do, that she has with this outfit, but I did find this little orange mum, and I thought, well, that's pretty cute. So this is my Christmas outfit, and I have to say, I'm proud of it, and I'm really proud of Darren and the little clips, the hair combs that he has made. This is another photo of the original American Girl doll costume. This is her little nightgown, and I like it and I don't. I think in reality it should be at the ankles, but I did do it exactly like the pattern called for. And you can see her Christmas dress is not a maxi. It's at the shin, just below the shin. And then this next to it, this is down a little bit from the shoulders here. You can see it's shorter. So it did come out correct. I did the ribbon exactly like they said to do the ribbon, and it hung down probably to where my finger is, and I cut it off a little bit. Now in this photo, they show it cut even more, but in reality, back then especially, a chemise, which they call it something else in Mexican, would have ribbons that were longer, because to get in and out of it, you would loosen that up. And then at night, you would tuck this down inside your sleeping gown and then pull it out in the morning, because it would be less likely to come untied and this to come unraveled. But I do like it. This lace has little eyelets in it. And what you do is you weave that ribbon in and out of each one, and that makes your gather really cute and really historic. I made this skirt. This wasn't part of the Josefina's Pretty Clothes. I just really like this, and I've seen them on the dolls so often. It's just Josefina. And women and girls often wore their nighttime chemise under other clothing, especially in the winter for extra warmth. I did make this skirt to the same pattern as the iconic, I should have printed this in color, but I didn't. This is the iconic gray and black striped skirt, and that's the pattern I use for this. I wanted to point out that Darren made the little whistle, the little bird whistle. She has one and Kirsten has one. And I won't be surprised if any of the other American girls also have a little bird whistle. Darren 3D printed that, and it does make a whistle noise, but I just put on fresh lipstick. I'm not going to get that on there. I wanted to show this sash with this skirt because my gray and white, like I said, I cannot find at this moment. This is the outfit that I have misplaced. I wish I had the shawl to show you too. As you can see, it's just a picture on my cluttered counter as I was working on one of my AG models, but I wanted to show it anyway. And then this is the chemise that is underneath. And there was a lot of time spent on these chemises and skirts and outfits. Again, I want to thank Karen from Starts and Stitches. This was so much fun, and she and I have been texting back and forth and sharing photos of our clothing, which is a blessing because otherwise you wouldn't have seen my gray and white skirt. Not only did I not have time to make another one, but that was the last of that fabric. This was just so much fun, Karen. Thank you. And Karen and I have already picked out our dolls for next year, and we're going to do this again with another one of the historical dolls, American Girl dolls. And thank you so much for watching. If you've watched this far, I really appreciate it. Please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. And Darren, thank you for all the pieces that you put together for me too.
Oh, my pleasure, babe. You did just a beautiful job on all of these pieces. I'm sorry you had troubles finding your one, but the rest are just top notch.